What if I told you that every time you click next episode on Netflix, you're not exactly the one in control? What if the simple habit of watching series is actually a psychological experiment in disguise, where your brain is the laboratory? What you're about to discover could completely change the way you view entertainment. It may sound like an exaggeration, but it's not. This video will show you why you might already be addicted, and you didn't even realize it. Harvard researchers have revealed something disturbing. Streaming platforms like Netflix aren't designed just to entertain. They're engineered step by step to capture your attention, extend your time on the site, and turn your relationship with the content into a subtle but devastating addiction. And it's happening to millions of people right now, including you. This isn't just a new business model. It's a new model of mind manipulation. It's a dangerous fusion of technology, psychology, and neuroscience. While you think you're just relaxing with a TV show, your brain is being carefully guided down a pathway that activates specific areas of pleasure, reward, and habit. It all starts with what happens inside your mind. The human brain is biologically programmed to seek rewards, and these rewards, when unexpected, are even more powerful. Dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for the feeling of pleasure, is released in large quantities every time you encounter something that surprises, excites, or excites you. And guess who is the master at provoking these feelings at the right moments? Exactly. Netflix. Studies published in the journal Nature Neuroscience show that the so-called nucleus accumbens, a deep region of the brain, is activated in very similar patterns by both drugs like cocaine and intense TV series marathons. The difference? The drug is prohibited. The TV series is not. In fact, it is recommended, praised, awarded, applauded by millions. And that is where the danger lies. When you start watching a series and finish 5 episodes in a row, you are not just enjoying a story. You are immersed in a cycle of dopamine release and reinforcement, where each episode serves as a trigger for the next. The next episode in 5 seconds button is not there by chance. It was strategically placed to eliminate any chance for pause, reflection, or conscious choice. The experience is designed to eliminate your free will. But if you think that's all, you're wrong. There's something even more sophisticated operating behind that screen: the algorithm. Contrary to what many people think, Netflix's algorithm doesn't just recommend series similar to what you like. It goes much further. It collects data about your usage times, the time you spend on each title, your emotional preferences, your response to certain faces, colors, music, and scenes. And with this information, it shapes the visual experience around you. Have you ever noticed that the thumbnails of a series change when you hover over it multiple times? That's no coincidence. The algorithm is testing which visual elements make you click. It adjusts the framing, the character, the tone of the image, all to capture your click, and with it, your attention. And it doesn't stop there. Netflix also adjusts its automatic trailers, background music, and even the order of recommendations based on what it thinks will keep you watching longer. It's a game of stimulus and response that you're missing out on without even knowing you're playing. A Stanford study showed that personalized recommendations based on machine learning can increase user dwell time by up to 212%. That's more than double. Imagine what that means for a company that profits from your time spent watching. You become a resource, an asset, a busy mind, a moldable brain. But perhaps the most dangerous aspect of this system lies in what psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect. This theory states that the human brain has a natural tendency to be bothered by incomplete stories. That is, if you watch an episode that ends with an emotional cliffhanger, an unexpected death, a shocking revelation, an unresolved cliffhanger, your brain feels the need to close that loop, to get closure. And until that happens, you keep watching. Netflix knows this, and it uses it in its narrative structure. Episodes of series like Stranger Things or Breaking Bad are built with carefully placed cliffhangers every 9 to 12 minutes. This is no accident. It is science applied to entertainment to create continuous tension and trap your mind in a cycle of addiction. And as if all this weren't enough, there's also a powerful social reinforcement. Have you ever heard someone say that everyone is watching this or that series? Or have you ever felt like you needed to watch a season just to be able to talk to your coworkers or interact on social media? This was also calculated. Netflix releases its entire series at once to encourage marathons and intense discussions in the first 48 hours. The time you have to not be left out is short. Social pressure becomes another trigger. You give in, and the cycle repeats. The most perverse thing is that all of this is invisible. You don't see the gears turning, you just feel like you want to keep watching. It seems natural. It seems like you're the one choosing it, but in reality, you're already inserted into a system carefully designed to keep you there. Trapped, connected, surrendered. And the impact of this goes far beyond what you might imagine. Continuous exposure to digital addiction alters your ability to focus, your tolerance for waiting, and your motivation for other activities. Your productivity plummets, your sleep quality worsens, your anxiety levels increase. And the scariest thing is that you adapt to this state. You start to think it's normal to feel tired, distracted, and unproductive. Guilt becomes routine, and you don't even realize that you're wasting time, health, energy, and even real connections, because your world now exists there, inside the screen, in a universe that rewards you for not leaving it. But what now? Is there a way out? Is there a way to escape this silent labyrinth? The answer is yes. But the first step is to know that you are in it. And the second is to be willing to resist what was made precisely to be irresistible. Netflix doesn't want you to think, it wants you to keep going, to watch, to forget about time, to normalize tiredness, to replace life with consumption. But now that you know this, maybe you can take back control. Comment, "I knew it," if you already suspected there was something strange behind marathons. And subscribe to the channel now, because in the next video I'll reveal the darkest and most effective strategies these platforms use to keep you hooked. And more, how you can free yourself from them without giving up what you love. Spoiler, the next method will shock you. It's even more invisible and much more dangerous.